ready for this last
Yes.
night? Okay, so
Yes.
listen, let us know in that comment section. Y'all already know it's night 3. Y'all
Night
know by
3.
now. Let us know in the comment section how excited you are. Come on a scale of 1 to 10. How
Right.
excited are you?
Give me a 10. Okay, so we said we were at 11 or 10 yesterday.
We was at a 10 yesterday. After day 1.
After day 1, we was at 10.
Okay, then
So
after day 2.
where do we shift to?
If
Like,
we're going 10 out of 10, the scale done been broke by now.
The scale broke.
The
Yes.
scale done been broke by now. So I don't even think it's a scale anymore.
No, it's not. It's not a scale.
We are so excited about tonight. But listen, you made it to night 3. Night 3 is the culmination. It's the culmination. It is the coming together of this masterclass. We had night 1, which was power packed. We had night 2, which kind of like punched us in the gut.
I mean, the whole. Yeah.
And now we're just like, okay, what do we expect here on night 3?
Nothing but greatness.
I'm
excited.
Nothing but greatness. Now listen, night 3 is here. And one thing that we want to know, you guys have gone through night 1, you guys have gone through night 2, but what are you proud of?
Yes.
What are you proud of now sitting on night 3 and you're reflecting, you're like, man, I went through that first night.
I did my homework. Right.
Came back for the second night.
I did my homework again. I text people and let them talk to me about me.
The good and bad.
The good and the bad.
So, and now I'm here on night 3. Come on, let us know what you are proud of. Like, what are you proud of, Coach Alexis? What are you proud of?
I am proud of the fact that I think the best thing that I'm proud of is taking risk.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest things that I have just been hearing, just like echo. It's like, in order to be a great leader, you got to take risks. So I'm proud of the risks that I have been taking. Yeah. This is a scary thing.
No, that's very true. And a lot of you all have been taking risks too. I mean, even the homework last night, there was a lot of risk involved with that homework, being vulnerable and asking people about the good and the bad. But even night 1's homework, where you had to internally kind of process a lot of stuff and you had to ask yourself some questions and really dig deep. That was a lot of risk there. And it was a risk. It was a risk to take. And I think that, you opened up a very amazing point of the risks that are involved in leadership, know. And so kudos to you all for taking that risk.
Clap it up for
listen,
yourself.
we see you guys in the comment. Somebody said, I'm proud that I did my homework and that I'm completing. She says she's proud that she here on night 3. She finished strong. I love that. Somebody else said, I'm proud that I can see where I came from and where I'm about to go. That's so good. Listen, not just where I came from,
but where I'm about to go.
That's
Look,
so good.
Dr. Cherry, she said in this group, she says, I am proud that I'm breaking free from rejection.
Wow.
I hear you.
That's good.
Yes. And Takia says, my note-taking game has been on a serious come up. On-demand notes are demanding, but I've gotten it done. You better take those notes.
Come on, listen, that's what I'm talking about, because it's stretching, especially when you got somebody like Dr. Stevenson just
it's
rattling.
It's just like a water hose. You're just trying to figure out what part do I drink.
So somebody last night said, is it a class on being able to teach from no notes? Because Dr. Stevenson ain't had no notes
the whole week.
We over here trying to take these notes and he just rattling this stuff off with no notes. I mean,
wow,
it has been insane. But listen, we also want to know who has been getting those homework badges. I've been in the group.
Yes,
I've been seeing those homework badges like crazy. We've been seeing the homework badges. And one thing I loved to see last night was people posting the details.
Yes, telling their story.
The stuff like this is what the people. I said y'all good because they was some of the people text y'all back some honesty.
Yes,
and y'all were brave enough
to post that
in the group
and say, some people told me some areas where I was a little rusty around the edges, and you were vulnerable and you showed us and you told us.
And you posted that.
Hats off to you.
Listen, hats off. So if you have gotten both of your homework badges and you ready to get your homework badge for tonight, let us know in the comment section that you got your homework badges and you're ready to get your badges for tonight. Because listen, we're excited about the it's something about the end of a thing, like when it all comes together.
It's finished.
It's beautiful when it starts. It's beautiful in the middle, but like when you start to see it all come together, that's when it starts to make sense. And so listen, if you're excited about getting that last badge tonight, if you got badge 1, you got badge 2, you like, I'm ready for badge 3. Come on, let us know in the comment section. Now, tonight is super special, Alexis.
Okay, Jamal. It's been special all week, but what's different about tonight?
Tonight is super special because, as we said, tonight is the culmination of everything. But we told y'all day one that we had some things that we were doing different this year.
Right.
And one of those things were our leader awards. Okay.
Correct.
And now remember, some of our returnees was a little bit salty.
They was
just a teeny bit salty because we never did these awards before. Last Masterclass,
we never did
awards, and so this is the first time we did awards, but it's a special night because it's the culmination of the Masterclass. However, this the real deal. Tonight is the real deal.
We're giving away awards.
We announce these awards. We have been watching. Our team has been watching. Alexis and I have been watching, and we've been seeing so many people go above and beyond.
Yes.
I mean, above and beyond to try and get, these awards. But can we be reminded of what awards we have up for grabs?
So number one, we have the Class Scribe Award. And this award, of course, is going to the person who has been taking the best notes.
Yes.
All right. Number two, we have the Neighbor Award. So the Neighbor Award is the person who has been commenting. They have been encouraging conversation. They've been sharing their story. They've been posting. They've been liking. They're the person who wants you to be my neighbor. They're just like a good neighbor.
Absolutely.
They're a really great person. And then, Jamal, last but not least, we do have that Rising Leader Award. The best of the best, the best all around. We have that person that's been liking, sharing, commenting, posting, sharing their notes, doing all of the above.
I love it. Now, I know they on the edge of their seat. They ready to hear who won. But we got one thing to do before we tell y'all who won these awards, okay? Y'all know we couldn't just make it easy.
We can't just do it like that.
Y'all thought we was just gonna go ahead and read the awards up. No, baby.
Nah.
Listen, every night we've been giving away some swag. Look, come on, look at us.
We got our swag with our gold chains on it.
Not, I thought I gave a good, piece of advice to Alexis yesterday. I thought she was gonna come with her pearls on today, but she didn't want to do that. So it's okay.
Notice he has on a gold chain with his too.
I thought I was doing something.
Gold chain.
But you see, we got our swag on. We've been giving these shirts out every night this week, and so tonight is much of the same. We got some t-shirts for you guys, and again, how do we find the people that we give these t-shirts to?
So these wonderful, amazing shirts have been done by people who are sharing the hashtag Evolutionary Leadership 2021.
Now,
all right.
And we've been telling them all week. We've been telling them all week, share the hashtag, use the hashtag. We've been telling you, we're watching, we're looking, okay? We see those posts. And so we found a lot of people this week. I think so far we're giving away four t-shirts, exclusive t-shirts. You ain't gonna find these t-shirts
no place else.
If
you see somebody out here bootlegging our shirts, tell us, because that's not the real thing.
I apologize, but no, we there ain't no store. You can't get
There's
these
no
nowhere
store.
else.
You can't buy them.
Listen, the only way you could get these t-shirts was sharing that hashtag. Now, it might be another way, but you'll find out a little later. But we got you. Okay, so tonight, right. Our winner tonight. Let's see who our winner is. Our winner tonight is Mr. Corey MacArthur. Mr. Corey MacArthur. Listen, all right. So if you're in the chat, make sure and let Corey know. Congratulations, Corey. You need to go ahead and email sloan@millermediagroup.co. Okay, again, that is sloan@millermediagroup.co. Go ahead and check that email address on the screen and send her an email so we can get you your shirt. If you do not send an email, we cannot get you your shirt. I've been trying to tell you. If you don't send that email, we cannot get you that shirt. Corey. So congratulations, Corey. Let Corey know how much we appreciate him and give him some congrats in that chat.
Kudos to Corey.
Now, I think it might be time.
Okay, so we tired of teasing y'all.
We tired.
And guess what? So we're gonna bring on the apostolic gifts.
Yeah, let's see.
The first leader award that we're gonna give out.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got some real nice. Oh man, look at them. Hold them up right there. And I'm gonna just
show them off.
You see that? You see that right there? These are some state-of-the-art, okay, brand new, plastic still on there, okay?
The shrink wrap still on the box.
Shrink wrap is still on there. These are some Apple AirPods. If you don't know how to work them, you literally just put them in your ear, no strings attached. Okay?
No strings.
And you able to listen to your music, your podcasts, your sermons, whatever you do on your own time. You can listen to stuff. Your leader school stuff. Mm-hmm. You can listen to on these AirPods. So the first award winner of tonight is our class scribe. Our class scribe. And the class scribe award goes to Crystal Robinson.
Crystal!
Congratulations, Crystal.
You just won these, girl.
Woo, girl, you just won these AirPods. Now, when you taking your notes, you got some things to put in your ear, girl.
Now, let me tell you, Crystal, let me tell you why Crystal won.
Yes,
let's just not say Crystal won. Let's just tell us why. Y'all, Crystal came every night.
Yes, she did.
She was drawing and she was taking notes at the same time.
Yes, she was.
And then Crystal was not only drawing, but she also showed us her whole setup.
Yeah.
For how she was able to start. She had a pack of Crayola color pencils right there. She had her notebook out. Yes, she had her laptop ready. Crystal came ready. So we are awarding you for your faithfulness, Crystal. Congratulations, girl.
Congratulations, Crystal. Oh wait, no, because we're
not giving away.
We still got. Well, because they getting these too.
Because somebody else is getting.
Yeah.
Wait.
They getting these too. Yeah. They getting these too. So next we have our neighbor award. Now this award again is to the person who is the most communal. All right. This person is the most communal. This person is in the chat. This person is making posts. This person is sharing. They commenting. They talking to people. Okay. Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you be my neighbor?
These are nice.
Because like a good neighbor, Leader School is there. Okay.
Yes.
And so, but we noticed something.
What did we notice?
We were looking, as we were watching and finding people and all that good stuff, we noticed that it was a lot of y'all going in. I mean, y'all was going above and beyond, right? And so it made us really kind of think and rethink about the importance of community. Now, community is a benefit of Leader School. You're going to hear a lot about it tonight.
Yes.
As a coach, I know, and as a former student, Alexis knows, Leader School is a community.
Yes.
It's a family.
Ooh,
Listen, on the other side, what we call each other?
Cousins.
We cousins, all right? This is a family. And so what happened is, as we were looking for this neighbor award, we actually saw more than one person.
We couldn't just give this award to one person.
We couldn't, because we saw two people who were going above and beyond with that community aspect, that family aspect. I mean, one of these people, she was posting gifts and memes in the comments
and everything else.
I mean, when we went on the back end of Facebook, she was so active and supportive in people's comments that we had to ensure that we rewarded both of these people for that community aspect. Because again, that's a value of Leader School.
It's a value of Leader School.
It's a value of Leader School.
We don't do anything by ourselves in Leader School.
No, we don't.
Nothing.
No, we don't. That's so good. So Alexis, can you tell us who our first winner of the Neighbor Award?
So we have the first winner is Miss Carolyn McKinney.
Come on, Carolyn.
Yes.
Let's give it up for Carolyn.
Let's give it up for Carolyn McKinney.
Let's give it up for Carolyn in that comment section. Carolyn was extremely active in the Facebook group. When we went on the back end, of Facebook, we saw, I mean, hundreds of comments.
She had like 300 comments.
Yes, shares and likes. I mean, in multiple posts, she was engaged with you guys. And Carolyn, we just want you to know that you embodied that community aspect and that family aspect that we are looking for here in Leader School. So congratulations, Carolyn. But listen, we told y'all, we found somebody else.
We saw somebody else
because this one just popped out at us. Okay, I mean, when we saw how much she was commenting and stuff, we was like, okay, we got it.
Yeah, we can do just one. Like we had a whole debate with our team today.
Yes.
We can do just one
person.
Like,
yeah, we got to add one more. And so our second neighbor award goes to Jacqueline Cornelius. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to Jacqueline.
Shout out to Miss Jackie.
Shout out to Miss Jackie. If you see her in the comment section, go ahead and let her know. Congratulations for winning that neighbor award. Now again, when we went on the back end, hundreds of comments, so many shares, tons likes. Of posts, and again, it was all within the last couple of days. She was commenting under people's posts, encouraging them, helping. It was just beautiful.
It's what we're all about here in Leader School. Is we love our people, and it's genuine,
absolutely
genuine support.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you for just embodying that, Miss Jacqueline. So we are happy for you. You got your AirPods.
Now, so we don't get. So you see these right here? Okay, these is on the way. So
we put them in the box to ship.
They're on the way for Carolyn, and they're on the way for Jacqueline. Now, you all have been waiting.
Yes, it's night 3.
You all have been waiting. Masterclass. They all been waiting for that last one, that Rising Leader Award.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer because we are going to announce our Rising Leader Award
in
winner
the post show.
At the post show. I know y'all on the edge. Y'all see like, did I win the iPad? Did I win? Y'all, we got y'all. On the post show, we are going to announce our rising
You had to do
leader.
my niche.
I'm sorry. I was like, because I know they was waiting. They was like, okay, that's class scribe.
Okay, there was
that
neighbor
that's
award.
neighbor
Now,
award. Okay, no, baby, y'all got to come back for that post show. We told y'all the post show got benefits. We told y'all the post show got benefits. So make sure that you come back for the post show. Now, Alexis, night 3 is here. You can feel it in the air.
It's a buzz.
It's a buzz in the air. Something is in the air. It is a buzz in the air, and we are excited about night 3. We are excited about night 3, and we're excited about what we're about to do and where we're about to go. So listen, I know that this excitement is in the air, so we don't want to belabor
the time.
We don't want to belabor the time. You know, we want to help you guys. We want to make sure that you guys can get right into this stuff. But before we do so, we got a quick little recap of night 2.
Potential is invisible ability, unprovable skill. Sure, it exists. Yes, we know it's there. But until it materializes and physicalizes, it's not ready to become tempered and to do what all potential should do, which is to change your profitability. What are you willing to lose? It is inevitable that you have to lose something, listen, in order to live in defense of your potential. Many of us are inspired by the concept of potential, but we have severe commitment issues that lends us up with not being able to make full use of the abilities that are within us. Your society is leaving you behind. And while that might not mean anything to you, it should mean everything to your current economic status. It should mean everything to your current academic status. It should mean a lot for your children. Here's why. Your lid will become your children's prison. Hey, this is Dr. Matthew Stevenson, and welcome to the Evolutionary Leadership Masterclass, Night 3. I'm so excited for all of you, 32 or more thousand of you that have committed to learning and hearing and studying the subject of leadership and growth over the last 3 days. We've had an extraordinary journey with going over some powerful principles about pain and about potential. And tonight we're going to deal with a very unique subject as well that's pertinent to your leadership journey and your leadership life. So I'm so excited. If you've not done so already, go ahead and share this and make sure that people know that they can still be a part of the journey and still be a part of what we're learning together. It's been phenomenal. We've come out of some very historic times. We are facing unprecedented challenges, unprecedented ills, and maladies in our culture that necessitate leadership, and leadership in different flavors, and leadership in different complexions, and leadership in different ways, and leadership in different formats and stratas. And so what I've done is I've decided to commit this portion of my life to grooming, to vetting, to developing special leaders that can be readily available to serve and administer their skill and in diplomacy and dexterity with brevity, that they would be able to be relied upon on moments like this. So thank you so very much for your commitment to yourself. I overemphasize that because many people don't do that. They don't commit to themselves and they don't commit to what they know. Night 1, what we dealt with was the power of pain. And my theory and my philosophy is pain reaches people. People speak pain. And so from one story to another, you're able to gather, galvanize, and you're able to instruct and reach people in a way that others do not. Yesterday, what we did was the problem with potential and what it means to be somebody who has a knowledge of potential, but does not have the strategy to or the wherewithal to commit to it and develop it and devote themselves to it. Well, tonight we're going to deal with a very unique subject, and we're going to deal with the power of people, the power of people. You know, when I started my leadership journey and my career in leading and influencing, one of the things I did not know and I did not understand was the absolute necessity of understanding people. And a part of what that means is that there are some things that are germane to your experiences with all people, and there are other things that are unique to personality. But the subject of people and the subject of personality are not the same things. What you need to know as a leader is personalities and people are different subject matters, but you also need to be very well rounded, very well versed in both. Because as a leader, you're leading into a context, into a story, you're leading, you're developing, you are crafting, you are creating into a context where somebody is involved. That body is a person and has a personality, a story. They come from somewhere, they are somewhere, they're going somewhere, and it's vitally important that you understand that there are some things that are just native and natural and norm to people. And one of the major turnarounds of my leadership life and leadership career was that when I understood and when I started to study the nature of people, I started to develop certain um, resiliences and certain comeback techniques that help me to understand just people in general. Now, one of the complicated things about understanding people is that if you have over 6 billion people in the world and you are always serving and building, and if you are always finding ways to, in a creative way, innovate for people, the spectrum of the types, the kinds, the ages of people, they're always changing. But to not understand people is going to be detrimental to anything you do and anything you build and anything you create. As a person of faith, one of the things that I often encourage people of faith to do for endurance in their walk and endurance in what they do is take some type of class on anthropology, sociology, humanities, understanding the nature, the journey of people. The pendulum swings. And so people are people irrespective of where they live, what they know, how many degrees they have, what experiences they have. So to not understand people is to set your product up for failure. To not understand people is to set your program up for failure. To not understand people is to set your ministry up for failure. To not understand the roles of people in your life and in your world is to set yourself up for failure. I've been able to develop a theory and a thought, a concept that I think will be useful to you in your leadership journey. Again, irrespective of where you are and how you serve or what your particular leadership outlet is, I think my theory is going to serve you very well. And it's a threefold thought and a threefold concept. I've been able to evaluate the three necessary categories of relationship that will help you keep a pulse on where people are. You see, understand this. If you create a program, a concept, a product, if you start a family, if you start a ministry, if you decide to run for office, if you decide to engage yourself in public education, what all of those have as a consistent train of thought or a consistent joining point are people. You're teaching them, you're loving them, you're selling to them, you're talking to them, you're around them, you are influencing them. So to not understand people is absolutely fatal to any success point in your life. Think about it this way. If I don't understand people, then I'm leading in isolation, from isolation. I'm speaking to isolation. I am educating or attempting in isolation. So it is prudent for all of us, it is absolutely beneficial to study the nature of people. And there's also great deficit and great malfunction to those companies and organizations and teams that spend their time developing a thought or a theory or a program, and they've not studied their audience. They've not studied the people that gravitate toward them. They've not studied the people that tend to rely on who they are and what they do and what they bring to fore. So studying human nature, not just human anatomy, but human possibility and human probability, and also human tendency, the things that are natural and native and normal to all human beings. They manifest and express themselves in different ways, but it's inevitable, it's inexcusable. We will all have to go through a journey with a person, whether it's in our romantic life, our business life, our academic life, our faith life. We can't get around and avoid interactions, interrelations, interfacing with other people. You would be further in your career and in your journey if you were better with people, in your understanding of them and your partnership with them and your ability to comprehend them. Now, I know people can be a very complicated issue. It can be challenging to understand people, but you need to prioritize this in your world, in your life. Three levels of relationship, I think, will solidify. I think it will strengthen, fortify. It will absolutely stretch your life and your skill depth in a powerful way. It will insulate you from unnecessary explorations and meanderings, emotionally speaking, psychologically speaking. As a person, the first thing you need to understand this: you are psychosocial emotional. Psychosocial emotional. What that means is that you have a mentality that determines how and who you are. You have a social construct and frame that determines how you show up or how you're seen. And then you have an emotional barometer. And what that means is you have a lane and you have a metric for how you show up and cope with life's difficulties, life's challenges, life's opportunities, life's surprises. Psychosocial emotional. That's very important, because whether you're being preached to or taught to or invited in or instructed or developed in any way, we're not talking to one level of you. We're talking to everything that you are. The same is true with your friendships, your relationships. Everything is a ship. Let's think about the very nature of a ship. The whole objective is to get you from one place to the next. So when you're dealing with leadership, relationship, mentorship, friendship, when you're dealing with any of those ships, we're thinking about migrating. We're thinking about journeying. We're thinking about a starting point and a landing point. We're thinking about something that can help us navigate, matriculate, grow through, go to paces and spaces and points in life. If you're on a ship that isn't going anywhere, it's not safe. It's not reliable. It's not trustworthy. It's not something that you should invest in. And I think all true relationships that are a real ship, they're worth investing in. I want to parenthetically say this. If you don't think a relationship is worth investment, you should absolutely vacate it immediately. Investments are powerful. What investment does is it gives an initial risk, an initial outlet, an initial output. And what it does is it waits for the time, the moment for a return on investment. In business settings, we call that ROI. What that means is if I come up with an initial amount, an initial risk, an initial cost that I'm going to put out there, what I'm anticipating or expecting is over time, over endurance, over a season, I will yield back more than what I put in. I believe that's not just true in business settings and scenarios. I think it's true for relationships. If I'm going to express, invest, initiate, catechize, catalyze a relationship, and I'm going to put out an initial opportunity or something that I may or may not get back, what I'm going to do is do this in hope, in faith, in trust, in belief, that it's going to yield me back. What I'm teaching you is the law of reciprocity. And very many of you watching me, whether you're a leader or not, you've been involved in ships, leaderships, relationships, mentorships that have not been reciprocal in nature. They've not necessarily given you the return on your investment. They've not given you the return on your time or the return on your conversation, the return on your confidentiality. They've not given you the return of being able to be equally as safe with confiding in them, your secrets, your fears, your aspirations, your ambitions. Any relationship that's not reciprocal is not real. I'll repeat that. I want you to get that. I want you to know that. I want you to live by that. Any relationship that is not reciprocal is not real. It's give and take, supply and demand, exchange and return. And so understanding the law of reciprocity is absolutely quintessential to your being able to hold your relationships to accountability and deciding what's worth your time. Because here is the brutal, blatant, blunt truth. Are you ready for this? The truth is this. You will never see 2020 again. You will never see 2019 again. You will never see 2018 again. You are given 14 and 40 minutes and throughout the day, 24 hours throughout the day. You're given a certain allotment of time through every day, through every period of every moment that you have. And if you invest those in the bottomless pits of directionless relationships, then you're never going to get the return on your investment. So if I were you, I'd start as a leader in whatever plat and in whatever arena, looking at my relationship to evaluate what's giving back to me. If I spend my life giving out, spreading, sharing, distributing, negotiating, talking, educating, if I spend my life in that level and I don't have resources that are committed to doing the same things for me, then I'm going to end up trying to lead in depletion. I'm going to end up leading in bankruptcy, and I'm going to attempt to try to create and innovate, and I'm going to try to build in non-sufficient funds. I've not been supplied adequately. And relationships are the language of life. Relationship is the most powerful economy one can have. I know we put a lot of emphasis on money and stocks and bonds and investments, but what about your relationships? Your relationships are the most important thing in life. And leadership is manifest on the platform of relationships. Think about the danger of being a non-relational leader. If you are a leader that does not understand the value, the power, the purpose of relationship, you really don't have the leadership impetus to be able to direct people and be the compass that people need to decide which way they need to go in their lives. So relationship is a focal point of a lot of leadership destinations and journeys. So let's go through and let's conceptualize 3 different levels of relationship that you need in your life. Number 1, this is non-negotiable. Number 2, you need to know this before you go to bed at night. Number 3, you need to define them. I have a theory that I teach all of my proteges and everybody that I've ever mentored, everybody that I've ever developed. Define the relationship. We call it a DTR. Define it. If you don't define the relationship, it has no reason to exist. You need to know what to call it, and you need to know how to hold it accountable so that you can grow it, so that you can retrieve from it, so that you can have the wherewithal and the sensitivity to make profitability, emotionally speaking, from the relationship. So define it. If you're watching me and taking notes, as I've taught you to do, write DTR. I came up with a concept several years ago. I don't believe in consequential relationships, default relationships. You know, there are people that are in relationships with people in the same way they are with lamps and couches and love seats. It's just been here, and so I have an affinity toward it. No, you're worth way more than that. Your career is worth way more than that. Your trajectory in life is worth way more than that. And so as you define it, you explain it. As you explain it, you attach to it. As you attach to it, you develop an accountability to it. So define the relationship. Here are 3 levels, definitions, categories of relationship you need in your life. Number 1, every leader, every student, every person that's in development, they need superiors. That's the first level of relationship. I don't believe you should be trusted with responsibility if you say yes, sir, or no, sir, to nobody. If there's nobody you can salute from a place of authority and from a place of leadership, there's no way possible you can be trusted with responsibility. We all need authority figures. Now, maybe you're somebody watching me and you've not necessarily had the best experiences with authority figures. Maybe they've been abusive or taken you for granted or whatever the issue is. But your absence of it and your painful experiences with it don't negate your need for them. You need mentors. You need coaches. The appearance of a mentor is an opportunity to a new level. The appearance of a coach is the invitation to inspiration, to motivate you to do what you would ordinarily not be able to do. It's the disruption of routine and regiment that lands you up into great profitability and great production in your life. You need somebody to say yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, to. I have a great value for the military, the Navy, the Army, all of it. I love it. And a part of what I love about it is the voluntary submission to authority, the willing and the willful submission to those that exceed you in experience and in knowledge and in training and understanding. I love that willful agreement and compliance with that. So you need superiors. Someone should be teaching you. Someone should be partnering with your purpose. Someone should be speaking to, helping to direct you are. That's number one. Number two is a peer. A person who has no real peers are dangerous. Peer sight is absolutely essential to everything you're going to do in business, in love, in life, in leadership. Peer sight helps keep you normalized, balanced, syncretized. Peer sight helps you to maintain your rhythm and your syncopation at what your pursuits are, what your ambitions are, what your visions are. Peer sight helps you to realize when you're simply doing too much or when you're not doing enough. I've met a lot of people that have sacrificed their potential for the sake of peers. But there is a such thing as a poisonous peer. There are people that can convince you out of what you're capable of, but there are also people that can inspire you into the you that you've not seen and the you that you've not met and the you that you've not introduced to. I often say, if you've got 4 to 5 reliable friends, you are blessed. There's a such thing as emotional bandwidth. All of us don't have the same capacity and the same ability to commit to relationship. Many of us don't have the ability to share with 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 people what our absolute fears are, our torments are, our regrets are, our passions are, our grievances with life are. We don't have that bandwidth, and that's not a bad thing. But you do need to have a very sober understanding of your emotional / relational bandwidth so you can know how many people to commit yourself to. I like to say, for pragmatic purposes, start with 3. If you can do more than 3, great applause and cheers. But start with 3. 3 people to begin to share your thoughts with, right or wrong, your fears, valid or not, your goals, realistic or no. Just to share and to vent and to outlet the heart. Here's why this is important. Without those peer level relationships, the heart is alienated. An alienated heart cannot have a focused vision. It cannot have a concentrated step toward what it wants to do and what it wants to achieve. And as we understood from day one, we lead from, dream from, build from the position of the heart. Friends are for the heart. Therefore, the experience and the journey and the story, but most importantly, they surround the heart. You need peers. So the first level is someone to say yes, sir, no, ma'am, to. The second level is someone that you say, this is my sister, this is my brother, this is my friend, this is my supporter. They are my accountability. When I'm not myself, they check me. When I've done too much or overextended myself, they bring me back to reality. One of the goals of those peer level relationships is to bring you to accountability, to reality, to make sure you're not living your life in deception or in denial or in delusion, and make sure you're not just wandering around life aimlessly and without objective and without focal point, or to make sure that you're not investing things that, again, are non-reciprocal. That's the power of a peer level relationship. I'll close with this on the level of peer level relationships. One of the things that I've seen in peer level relationships, particularly for leadership, is this. Those peers have the power, the angle to help you notice things about yourself that you don't know. You know, you have strengths, abilities that are second nature, things that you do naturally that other people have to yield and strive to do that you don't realize you do very well. Those peers have a very unique optic on the things that you do well, and they can help you to see the things that you do well that you don't know that you do well. Why is it important? Because if you do it second nature, you can master it, you can grow it, you can groom it, you can monetize it, you can explore it, you can stretch it, you can expand it, you can make it something that other people enter into. But without the peer optic, you probably won't notice it because it's so natural to you. That's the power of peer level relationship. Your colleagues, your networks, your social practices and habits and rooms and spaces and environments. The final one that I'm going to give you is also very important. If we have superiors, if we have peers, we also have to have people that we're dedicated to developing. My theory and thought is this: if you're not aiming to develop somebody, and if it's not your goal to use what you've done and what you know and what you've studied, what you've built, what you've designed to develop somebody, you've wasted your entire journey. The entire point of all you are and all you know and all you do is to invest it in someone else, something else, another life, another story, another narrative, another writing, another biography. And whether or not you're getting paid for it, or you're getting praised for it, or you're getting applauded for it is not the issue. The issue is pouring in keeps you humble. And it also is a consistent reminder of who you are and what you mean. When you pour into people, create sacrificial space and time to make sure that a student has access to what you know and what you've experienced. What you've done is you've surrounded yourself with a reason to never quit. And all leaders need to be reminded of why they can't quit. When a leader quits, things change, things die. When a leader stops, all kinds of information is lost, all kind of history is aborted, all kinds of possibility is discontinued and interrupted. So it's a dangerous thing to be a leader that has a propensity to quitting. And the reason we don't quit is because of who's connected, who's reliant. And so these three fundamental categories of relationship are mandatory. These are not options. You don't have a choice to do this. This is something you have to saturate your world with. You have to build your world with this. You need a superior, a teacher, a coach, a facilitator, a leader, an authority figure. You need peers, friends, those that keep you human, those that help you realize your abnormalities and your inconsistencies and your quirkisms and your unique flaws and your unique possibilities. But you also need students, those that you're committed to living for and living in front of and pouring and investing into. This is why you need to develop your leadership thought, your leadership theory, and commit to it forever, because people need you.
Call me Tone. So coming from Jamaica, I had the accent heavy, and I would always get teased for having my accent. So I used to get into a lot of fights. But where we lived in Jamaica was a harsh territory, harsh place to live. So we moved to New York for just the opportunity for a better life, just to get out of that element, the constriction of like third world living. Now my father got taken out of the picture just due to like legal problems, and I became the man of the house. So 7 of us, and basically just at 12, 13 years old, it was just more of a gravity of the way I had to conduct myself, the way I had to be, man up and take care of my little brothers and sisters and help out with that. I've always been, pretty good in my academics. So after I graduated high school, I went back to New York and started going to college aeronautics. I wanted to be a pilot. So I'm going through that after a situation happens where now my mother gets into legal problems and I had to come back from school and again be the guy taking care of the family. I'll be helping them get ready for school, uh, cook food, make meals, things like that. And then in the midst of that, I'd take my nights off and I'd go hustle. I used to sell. I used to be a dealer. I just got into the street life, and that's how I would make my money. And this whole time, I got a drug habit, not a crazy habit, but I mean, a recreation always leads to worse. Now that I know, I was getting real bad with the sipping syrup and Percocets. When I went to jail, Philadelphia Corrections, I saw and learned a lot of things. Now, I mean, putting them into play was different, and I see this thing is affecting my life basically. And again, it it basically had me. I didn't want to be on it. Like there was like plenty of times like I would start and stop and then start again, and that's because I was still dabbling in the streets. I didn't notice like that was the full pull of it. I mean, where as birds of a feather flock together, if I'm around people doing that, that's where most of the temptation was coming from. These are things that I just didn't even understand yet because I never got full like learned about it, went through a process of, you can't be around these are triggers, things like that. So when I was in jail, I really just noticed like I can't be back here again, you know what I mean? And plus I knew after all this run, I knew like that my next time I get something happen to me is gonna be years. Like there's no light work coming on. There's gonna be a while before I get to be with my daughters, and I was so yearning to be with my family. So that's why, I mean, when I came out, I was like, I want to do something different. And this is where Leader School comes in what is the 2020. Actually, this is where Dr. Matthew Stevenson comes in. He came up on my YouTube out the blue, like, and I don't know. I started watching his sermons and it started speaking to my soul and things like that. And after that, then the Leader School comes into play. So again, I didn't have the construct of what I wanted to do and the things that I wanted to do with myself. I knew that I wanted not to be in the streets anymore. After the Masterclass, there was an offer for the full-fledged school, and I wasn't going to do it because still I'm kind of skeptical about the whole situation. I mean, my academic side was, I guess, was starving because there was nothing to involve in. I mean, I was always like to read, always like to and stimulate my mind in some way. I would say just the first module, when the power of pain, and going back and exploring my youth and seeing the different things that I went through and just how that was building me up and building up a reservoir of resiliency and determination in me. Cause like I said, getting that therapy, it was like therapy. Again, I didn't have no therapy. I ain't had no real rehabilitation or anything like that. And the process of the Leader School was just so easy, and if you work the process, it's going to work for you. So that's what the big thing was, that I was seeing benefits just off of doing the first module. I was seeing just the way I was thinking, and the street issues, the family business, as I put it. I understand where the people are at, and I understand the mindset, so I understand how to talk to them, I understand how to help them. So and that was because, like I said, I came out and didn't have a construct of how I was going to hit the ground and change my life. It literally work for a street dude. Like, dude, coming out of the streets, it's not just you're working in an office building or you're working with this team for this thing. Like, you really become to understand that leadership was for every aspect of life. You have to lead through pain. You have to lead through good times. You have to lead your family. You have to lead, you know what I mean? And it's not just saying leading, it's being aware, being receptive, being understanding of what's going on. Leader School definitely helped me to develop that heart in myself to know that if I stay determined on this thing, and if I, and I use the things that I've been through as a platform to help other people, and is always helping other people. That's another one. Always find someone to pour into, and that there will be success in this leadership journey. There will be success in the things that I want to do, helping the young men, helping the fathers, helping the immigrants, helping people in jail, which can, that could be one person. As one person, I was one person going through all those different things.
You just heard from Antonio, one of my Leader School students, who actually defied the odds through the process and through the commitment to the Leader School. He was able to shed layers of statistics and stigma and layers of negativity in order to come into potential. Things he probably would not have ever been able to do without committing to a journey of support. He had to invest in himself through the Leader School to be able to move into a future that was possible for him. Society said it wasn't. The story said it wasn't. History said it wasn't. But because he took a risk and he joined Leader School, he was able to gain access to information, motivation, education that made him accountable to a him he had not known yet. What if you haven't been introduced to a you that you've never seen before. If you don't believe me, let's go to Christina's story. One of my other Leader School students wants to talk to you about how the Leader School has helped her.
They have from Honduras. But childhood was great. I have three brothers, only girl. So I grew up with like being a, like not tomboy, but like rough. My whole life, God gave me like a nurturing ability. So they always used to call me like little mother. It was funny. So I really want to be a mom, but I think growing up after that, like in my teenage years, I really just wanted to be someone who just was able to help others. I really had a love to help other people. So I wanted to be in the healthcare industry. I wanted to be as close to the people as possible. So I actually did family care. I did cardiology. I did OBG. I was like everywhere because my whole thing is no matter where I go, I want to learn as much as I can. But then once I got there, I learned that it was kind of more business than helping. And that really hurt my heart because I was like, you're 5 minutes in a room with somebody and they're trying to tell you like why they're sick or why they're here or what's going on in their family. And you're getting rushed out because like, no, you only have this amount of time. You can't talk to them. You can't be friends with them. And I was like, that's not what this was, was supposed to be like, And it started hurting me. I would be like, I can't do this. Like, this is too much. So I left like the third day of January, 2019, I was out. Yeah, I became a single mom 2 years after my younger son was born. Their father died. He was like murdered out of nowhere. And I had to be able to tell people like, I understand your dad's not around. I understand how your mom feels. My kids understand you, So I started mentoring a lot. All 2019, I was mentoring like crazy. So I was mentoring single moms. I was mentoring girls from 5 to 18 years old. I teach girls how to be themselves, understand the lane that they're in, understand like the calling on their life, and understand that the road that they're on, I call it the lane you reign. It became something that I was an enjoyment to me. I was actually satisfied with what I was doing for the first time in my life. Next thing you know, it's like May. I'm on Facebook one day and I see this masterclass and I was like, they put up the link or whatever. I signed up, put in the chat, I'm a founding member, and now it was history. So I was excited. We got the curriculum. Once I got through week one and my assignment for week one, it was like, this is the best decision of my life. Through Leader School, I learned how to communicate better. Through Leader School, I learned how to really listen. Through Leader School, I also learned how to be in the room and really not dominate the room, but learn. I think that this specific Leader School is monumental for leaders in general. So when I walked into Leader School, I was like, you know what? I really need to just be a clean slate in it. I had to let go of what I thought leadership was, or the examples of failed leadership in my life. So at the end of the day, I felt that it was necessary for me to do it because I had to be not just the best role model for my sons, but I had to teach my sons how to lead because as young men, just being, business owners in the future, it set them up for the highest potential that they could be. For me, that was minimal. The minimal amount of work that I could do for my kids. Like that was just, as a mom, you could do so much more. But for me, I was like, if I don't put this in the foundation of who they are, they're never going to be their highest potential.
That was my student, Christina. She's a perfect example of somebody that may have faced a career crisis and needed to make a courageous, brave, bold decision to invest in herself because of what was at risk. who was relying on her. Maybe you're somebody that's like, what if? The possibilities are endless of what you could do and what you could be and what you could mean to other people. And what Christina did was use a career crisis or a career turning point to invest in herself through the power and the process and the method of the Leaders School. And what she was able to do was multiply it. I live to see people take what I teach them to the next level by being able to distribute it to people that's consistently learning and consistently listening. You heard her. She's been mentoring people, girls from ages 5 to 18. And so the Leader School journey and story has been helping to continue the conversation of defying the odds, standing against the stigma, breaking the statistics, and starting over. Everybody could use a fresh start, and the Leader School is a perfect place to do it.
Talladega, Alabama, the home of the racetrack. Most people know Talladega because of the racetrack, so they come near and far just for the race. When I was a child growing up here, I thought this was the best place to be. You know, the older you get, the more you realize you're kind of secluded in a place and not have experienced other places. My mom kind of struggled with an addiction until I was 23 years old, so she was in and out. She struggled with an addiction to crack, and so not having a father really wasn't an issue until I became older and coming into identity. But while I was a child, it was kind of a normality in my community. You know, not many fathers were around my peers, so I didn't see that as a problem. But my mom, I did long for, and so for me, it was just me and my little brother. For several moments and several seasons, it was just me making sure he's well taken care of, us growing up, learning how to pay bills for the house, learning how to come home and teach ourselves what we learned at school today so that we can complete our homework, that sort of thing. I was bullied because of my mom. You know, we would get on the school bus and my mom would be walking the street and I would be bullied. You know, my mom wouldn't have on a bottom. She wouldn't have on any shorts or any shoes and be walking. So they talk about me on the bus. So it was that sort of thing that was difficult for me, not understanding the dynamics of it all. There were many nights where my mom would probably kind of roam the streets. I would walk looking for her, and we would spend the night under trees, you know, sleep in cars or whatever. And I think, you know, again, the Lord kept me, so I had to have a purpose on my life early on. My mom went to prison. I was in the 5th grade. And it was for theft. We had gone to the grocery store together, and I was actually with her. My brother was with us as well, and it was for theft. And so they arrested her that day, and we ran back to the apartment complex, and we continued life as normal. You know, no family knew, but it was until my brother got in trouble at school because of anger that had built up in him in the 3rd grade, and he had got into a fight because someone said something about my mom, and so when he got into the fight, they need a parent. You know, and here I am, they're coming to my 5th grade class, asking me to step out and saying, hey, we need a parent to come to the school. So I grabbed my brother's hand, I run across the field back to the projects. And so I knew at that moment something had to be done. So I figured out a way to reach out to who I call today as my grandmother. She's passed now, but she was my grandmother, but she's really my great aunt. She's my grandmother's sister. And so when that happened and my mom went to prison, nobody in our family would accept us. We went into the judicial system and we could have been separated. So my great aunt took custody. She accepted me full arms and kind of raised me from 6th grade forward. Statistically, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who your parents are. It doesn't matter if you have a parent. You know, at some point you get to the place to where that is no longer an excuse. You know, you have to build and shape your own future, you know. And so growing up in a house where your mom has an addiction, you know, there's a lot of in and out of the house, you know, all different sorts of men and people coming in. I can remember growing up watching them make crack in the kitchen, you know. And so when you're a child and you see these things and it's etched in your brain, realistically, it seems like you only have 2 paths. I was just very headstrong, very stubborn, but very determined to get to where I wanted to be very quickly. So I took the non-traditional route. I started my master's degree at UAB in math secondary education. So I taught math out of field. I had an English pre-law degree. And so I've been in education ever since. Saw the introduction of Leader School. And so, of course, I was doing Leader School because is Dr. Stevenson. And I just started following his ministry, watching him preach and minister. And so I heard about leader. He introduced Leader School. I can't remember if it was maybe at a service or maybe a commercial or whatever. I just started kind of researching him and following him and listening to him. And so Leader School was introduced, and I was like, "There's no way I'm not being a part of this." The first module, talking about pain and trauma. Of course, I've had pain and trauma, and how it shapes and molds, not just your story, your leader story, but your purpose and progress and all sorts of things. And so I started scratching back on the surface of some things that I hadn't dealt with my pain and trauma. And so I started to understand culturally here, as a leader here, that a lot of my kids come from the same background. I grew up in all of the projects here in Talladega. All of my kids come from those same projects. And so they had similar backgrounds, similar stories. So they've had pain and trauma. And so being a Title I school, you begin to understand that a lot of the behaviors that you see in classrooms are the result of pain and trauma or traumatic experiences. So I'm listening to Matthew say these things, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can take these back to the teachers. I got to say, you got to hear this. You got to understand this is what our students are dealing with. So now when you deal with them, you have to deal with them differently. So I began to bring that into departmental meetings and bring that into open discussions with my teachers to say, we can't just teach the kids. We can't just be strong content wise, but we have to understand that we have to be able to reach them. You got to capture their hearts. You can't teach a child that don't like you. But a child has to know that you care about them. But the only way they're going to know that you care, they have to see that you care genuinely, not just about school, but about their life beyond school. And so these things that just kind of started unfolding. Leader School really took the limits off of me, thinking wise, and to know that as I discover more about my own story, it empowers me and it's effective in my leadership. So now I have more of an arsenal, giving me more weapons, more tools, more resources just by going through this. I got a holistic development. I had educational leadership development through my degrees, but there was a level of what I got through leader school that involved, that social component, that emotional component, and how those things play a role in, how effective you are as a leader. He brought all of that together, like it meshed. It just made so much sense, and it grew me leaps and bounds.
That was Dr. Darius, and he has an exciting story. One of my most profound students, because it shows that, again, it doesn't matter where you come from, even though it matters where you come from. He was able to become an iconic figure in his community because of what he learned and implemented from the Leaders School, a non-traditional educational format that helps you just be the best you, to be able to present who you are and what you do and what you know and what you love to any arena and any area you serve in. I am so proud of all three of those testimonies. When we started this about a year ago, I had no clue that we would impact thousands of people in several nations around the world. Many of them would run for office, and many of them would gain professional promotions. Many of them would end up healing and restoring and reconciling with family members. Those are the things that we live for in the Leaders School, is the ability to reconnect and retouch and lives and shape and form futures. That's what this entire program is about. I am getting ready to reopen enrollment to the Leaders School. Last year, we were able to do the Leaders School over a year. We've reduced the time significantly to help you conveniently move through our modules and our courses. You could be the next Christina. You could be the next Darius. You could be the next testimonial that shows that committing to yourself for 90 days has ended up changing your resume, revolutionizing your world, moving you and pivoting you in such a way where you can prosper and help others do the same. Whether you're in the faith community, the civic community, the entertainment community, it doesn't matter who you are. You can benefit substantially from the Leaders School. I'm going to give you 3 options tonight. Something that you can do to choose whether or not this is the moment for you. Option number 1, do nothing. You can stay stagnant and normal and embrace where you are and what you have and what you know, and just be comfortable, because this is not the right time for you, or it's not the right moment, or you got enough just from the master class and you don't have the dedication or the devotion or the discipline to dedicate 90 days to your development. So option number 1 is do nothing, just stay the same. Option number 2 is you can do it alone. You can fall victim to the mundane blind spots of your potential, exhausted by the one-man approach, the alienated approach, the isolated approach, to fulfill your purpose without support, without coaching, without teaching, without the encouragement that everybody needs in order to grow and in order to move. So you can sit there, take the notes from the masterclass, move on with your life, and decide that you are your own accountability, and just move forward without a sparring partner, without a growth community, without lessons and curriculum, and without something to assess you. Just do it by yourself. Or you can get help. Everybody, every leader, every world changer needs help. I needed help. We all need help. Without help, there is no history. Without help, there is no future. Without help, there is no company. Without help, there is no organization. Without help, there is no program. You need help. And needing help doesn't mean you're weak or wrong or without. It means you need a team, a staff, resources, abilities, technologies, hardware, software, the ability to undergird who you are and what you do, and to push you to your limits. You can walk out 2021 completely transformed, confident, able in everything you do, everything you know, sharper than what you've ever dreamed, and you can shock yourself. In the Leaders School, I've developed 2 programs, amazing programs that are full, rich, emboldened with information that is extremely exclusive. And while I'm going to walk with you for 90 days, you have lifetime access to these programs. You've got 4 modules and 20 lessons. How exactly does it work? It's very simple. You got leadership formation. This is about learning your story, its pain, its greatest advantage in your leadership. But what it does is it helps you to use your history as the beginning place and the platform for your servanthood and for your ability to become innovative and to tackle your ingenuity and who you are and what you do, taking advantage of where you've been to decide where you want to go. You also get to unearth the significance of your childhood story, learning how your parental education and your societal shaping and even your trauma were necessary parts of your development for the leader you're destined to become. Then you can distinguish between your native abilities and your learned skills and develop the right relationship between the both of them. The things you were born to do and with the ability to do and with the capabilities of doing, and the things you learn to do along the way. Then you're going to go through module 2, leadership investment, absolutely essential to every role you're going to play in life, every title you have, every designation you have. I'm going to teach you how to unlock the keys to think like a leader. People have to be taught appropriate thought pattern, appropriate thought mechanism, how to approach issues, problems, decisions, crossroads, relationships, etc. Your thought processes really shape your reality, and it's how your mindset, even subconsciously speaking, drives your occupation to your potential. I'm going to also teach you how to identify the right leaders into your circle. These are the people you're going to surround yourself with that are the make or break relationships in your life and in your world. Your profitability is highly related or dependent upon them. Do you know what you need? And do you know how to find them, how to invite them, how to hold yourself accountable to them? Then you're going to learn social dynamics, how they accelerate or annihilate your potential. What that basically means is your social dynamics, friendship circles, accountabilities, and friend groups. They can either move you fast or they can hold you back. They can lift you or be like a gravitational pull that sinks you down. I'm going to pinpoint the right individuals and personality types to welcome into your process of development. Some of these people are probably going to be your classmates. Module 3, I'm going to go through leadership presentation. And this means that you're going to learn how to create opportunities for yourself. You're not going to sit by passively and wait for them to just happen. No, you're going to make the moments, find them, discover them, engage them, grapple with them, and wrestle with them. These are the opportunities that you're going to find that are all over the place, but you could be missing out on the ones that are right under your nose. I'll also walk with you through learning how to elevate yourself in the leadership sphere. This is how you're going to discover how to present yourself both on stage and behind the scenes. I'm going to teach you how to captivate the attention of the audience, and I'm going to also teach you how to leverage and deepen your connection with the right types of people because you manned your stage down. Then I'm going to walk with you through glass ceilings, stigmas, stereotypes, limitations, hindrances that prohibit you from being who and how you are. We all have one or several obstacles that stand before us as obstinate and defiant to where we're going. Whether this is in your belief system, your education, your resume, your reality, but I'm going to teach you how to truly fulfill and operate from your deepest leadership potential. Then I'm going to walk you through leadership reproduction. I don't believe that the Leader School is just for the Leader School students. The Leader School is for everybody that the Leader School students touch. So I'm not just trying to train you, I'm trying to train your world, your atmosphere, your environment, your audience, your students, your sons, your daughters, your congregation, your family, your constituents. Everybody around you will be massively influenced by this. So we have a goal to reproduce. So the first thing I'm going to guide you through over this course of 90 days is how to learn and maintain and grow your relevance as a modern leader. You're going to learn that maintaining relevance is not what you think. It's going to be learning about the importance of reproducing yourself constantly, staying ahead of the game and leaving a legacy of resilience and excellence and achievement and power and purpose and promise for people you may never meet, but you've reproduced them. I'm going to also teach you to discover the key to leveraging your uniqueness. I want to help you stop loathing what makes you different and what sets you apart and what makes you unique from what is. Being too different can be so off-putting. It's not always very popular. So where does the line of competitive advantage start and stop? It's in your unique difference, and I am skilled to help you with that. I'm going to also teach you the psychology of influence. Humans are wired to follow leaders. And so to garner influence is both an art and a science, and to discover how to do it well and with integrity is a specialty of the Leader School. Now, for those of you that register, I want to use this phrase, enroll tonight into this program. You're going to get a digital textbook. It's a Leader School exclusive. This will not be available or accessible to the over 35,000 of you that registered for the Masterclass. You will get a digital textbook that's going to look like this, and it's going to aid your journey. It's going to provide you tools to record your real life and practical application. It's worth $147, but you're getting this with your tuition costs as you enroll in this unique school. You're also going to get a 90-day coaching program. Leadership can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be. We need to get rid of the thought and the theory that you have to do leadership alone without inspiration and motivation and accountability and focus and concentration. Nah, your leader school coaches will continue to aid you through the material, the modules. They'll be readily available on call to walk you through what you don't understand or can't grasp through the program. You will finish in 90 days. And even if you don't, you got access to it forever. Your coaches are there to help bring you to the ground floor and the game floor. 3 months of real-time coaching with me. Over 40,000 hours of study is at your hand. Your availability, questions, answers, roundtables, insights, unprecedented information that I'm only making available to my Leader School students. Here are my bonuses. If you enroll tonight, I'm not giving you an option. You need to enroll tonight. It's important, it's immediate, it's 911. You're going to get my brand new course, People Theory. You heard it right. Not only are you going to get my leadership school, you're going to get my people school. These are two programs that are included there. And this is a bonus to the program that's going to help you to learn how to evaluate, assess, place, train, recruit, deploy, dismiss people in and around you like a big puzzle. I'm going to help you figure out the people puzzle in your life. In this 5-module course called People Theory, you're going to first of all learn, number one, I'm a person. As a leader, as a mom, as a husband, as a father, as a visionary, as a CEO, you're a person first. Then you're going to learn why you need people. Lots of people don't know why it's important to actually need people, but you do. If you're a leader, a builder, a contractor, an architect, if you are somebody who has a goal or a dream or anything you want to do, you need people. I want to teach you how to work with them. Then module 3 is I work with people, personality types, stories, damages, traumas, things that vacillate and variate depending upon where you come from. I'm going to teach you how to work with the people that are not like you. Then I improve people. Profitability is not just financial. If you are a leader, a principal, a coach, a CEO, a visionary, a product engineer, or whatever you are, you need to focus on improving people. It needs to be said of you that I came to work for you, work with you, and I became better just by being around you or a part of what you're doing. I want to teach you how to improve people. It's a science, it's a craft, it's an art, it's an ability, it's a passion, it's something you need not go another day without learning how to do. The final module in People Theory is I hurt people. What you're going to learn as a Leader School student is what to do when you're hurt and when you've hurt, and what to do and how to use that as a way to improve and to grow and to become better. You're also getting my unreleased, no longer in print book collection exclusively for the Leader School students that I'm mentoring. You heard it right here. Over the course of 90 days, not only are you getting my 2 highly renovated, highly updated programs, you're getting my books. Things that you can't go to the store and get. You're not going to be able to find this on an Amazon or on a Google. These are things that I've allocated directly to my Leader School students. I want my most potent wisdom to belong to those that are seriously committed to themselves. I don't want this available to an audience. I'm not trying to sell these books to random people who are going to do nothing but let it collect dust. I want these to be the set in the series of curriculum that makes people focus on themselves. Those are my books. And the books are going to be amazing. You're going to get a book called Strange Fire. You're going to get a book called The Laws of DNA. You're going to get a book called The Danger of Doing Nothing. It's about stagnation and being stuck in prison. You're going to also get a book called Identity Wars. This book is going to help you go there. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books that are not in print that are exclusively available to you. Now, in order to get this next bonus, this next historic, unprecedented, timely surprise, I will mail to your doorstep this box if you enroll right now. You've got to do it right now. Make the sacrifice. Don't get the shoes. Postpone the vacation. Don't go on the cruise. Enroll in Leader School, and you're going to get this swag box. Now, this is something that we did not do last time we launched and opened our enrollment. But because we believe in our program, you saw the testimonials. The program has proven itself. Thousands of people have experienced the proven information and the proven technology of the Leader School. Now we got a swag box. We're not just leading, we're leading this style. I'm going to mail to your door, if you enroll tonight, a Leader School hat. This is amazing quality. This is college. This is school. This is driving. This is grocery store. This is at home. This is bad hair day. This is good hair day. This is a Leader School hat where you're getting to tell people, I'm not normal. I'm not regular. I'm a part of Leader School, so you can rely on me to know stuff that everybody else does not know. Then you can get this amazing high quality shirt that talks about evolutionary leadership. That's right. I'll mail it to you tonight. You're going to be able to get this. I got it on. And what this says and communicates and substantiates to people is that I'm set apart. Not only am I a leader, I'm growing and going to continue to grow. So you're looking at a working story, a narrative. You're looking at something that's going to always be growing. Your Leader School shirt. You need to represent. If you're one of my students, no matter what nation you're in, what country you're in, what city you're in, I want you representing and promoting the Leader School because this is the future. The Leader School is the future of your corporation, your operation, your industry. It's the Leader School. Then, for those of us that have to burn the midnight oil, I know what it is to wake up early, stay up late. We all need a little caffeine, green tea, coffee, cappuccino, whatever you need to put, you're getting this phenomenal cup. Lead yourself and lead others. It all talks to the Leader School and what we do and what we think. All right. So you're going to get a swag box. So I'm confident you're enrolling tonight. It's tuition. This is not going to put you in debt. This is not a student loan. You don't have to fill out a FAFSA. This is a quick tuition for a 90-day academic program that I guarantee is going to revolutionize your life. Here's everything you're going to get when you enroll tonight. Number one, you're going to get the Leader Theory 4-module course. It's worth $497. Then you're going to get 90-day guided coaching, guided mentorship Q&A that's worth $297. You're going to get 3 live leader roundtable coaching sessions with me. I'm going to talk about the controversial, the uncomfortable, the current, the unpopular. It's worth $297. Then you're going to get people theory, which is a 4-module class on working with people, understanding them, placing them, hiring them, firing them, recruiting them, leading them, etc. You're going to get a digital workbook that's worth $197. And then you're going to get my classic ebook collection that's worth $147. The swag box alone is worth $115, and you're getting all of that tonight. The value is over $2,000. I know it's a lot. It seems intimidating. That's the value. But I'm not going to do that to you. I do want you to invest. I do want you to enroll and take yourself seriously. You deserve this. One payment tonight, one enrollment fee tonight of just $997 will get you 90 days of certification, validation, authorization, mentorship, coaching, guidance, resources, books, tests, assessments, pop quizzes that's going to guarantee a revolutionary change on your resume and who you are. Just $997, one payment. Do it now. Just one night. $997 will get you there. Or if that's too big, too much, you hadn't planned for that, I totally understand. I'm not trying to rape or rob or take advantage of you. I'm trying to grow you. And because I'm trying to grow you, you can do 4 payments of $299. Over the course of the 90 days, you can do 4 payments of $299. Mind blowing. You're getting over $2,000 worth of stuff on a 50% discount for 90 days. It's crazy. I believe I'm talking to thousands of you around the world that are fed up. You're not satisfied. You want to go somewhere different in your career, different in your relationships, different in your vision, different in your product, different with your program. And I want to do it with you. I want to coach you, guide you, groom you, lead you, certify you, speak to you, answer you. And there's only one way to do it. Go to joinleaderschool.com right now. Either one payment of $9.97 or 4 payments of $2.99, and you will be one of the classic historic recipients of exclusive knowledge through the Leaders School.
They love it when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass.
What's up, guys? We are back for our post show. Listen, this was an amazing night 3. Dr. Stevenson, you did an amazing job all 3 nights. Real quick, we want to give away some of these final awards.
Some swag. We got another shirt.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got another shirt to give away. So our t-shirt winner for using that hashtag, the Evolutionary Leadership 2021 hashtag, is Miss Chariot Rhymes. Congratulations, Chariot. You get you one of those nice, amazing, we all got them on, one of these nice, amazing Evolutionary Leadership t-shirts. So make sure that you send the email to that email address on the screen so that we can send that to you. If you don't send the email, we can't get the shirt to you. We can't get the shirt to you. Okay.
But Jamal, we got a leader award.
It's what everybody been waiting on.
To give away.
It's what everybody been waiting on, that Rising Leader Award.
Yes.
Alexis, do you want to tell us, first of all, the Rising Leader is getting a brand new iPad. Here we go.
Come on, Apostolic.
I love that.
Right here for you. We holding it up for you. Alexis, do you mind doing the honors?
Okay. So without further ado, our award for Rising Leader is none other than Mr. Nicholas Jackson.
Woo! Let's go.
Congratulations, Nicholas. Listen, we are so excited, so happy for you. You won this year's Rising Leader Award. That Nicholas went above and beyond. He did some amazing things. He was all in the, you guys can see all in the community.
The click up, the notes, the responding. He's best all around. He did it.
Everything. He did amazing. He did amazing. Now, listen, you heard it tonight. Tonight, we opened up Leader School for the first time in a very, very long time. And, we've been watching those comments. I mean, somebody said, take all my money. Take all my money. I mean, as Dr. Stevenson was explaining what was going on and what was being offered, the people really started to see the importance of this investment. And, Alexis, you made this investment last year. I was a coach last year watching this and seeing this. And what was beautiful tonight was seeing our former Leader School students, our Leader School students from last cohort.
Those stories were some tear jerkers. Mr. Darius' story, Antonio.
Yes.
I was like,
yeah, Dr. Darius about threw me down.
Yeah. Dr. Darius, I was like, wow.
And Antonio's story, I mean, he kicked it off. I mean, hearing him, that journey. Yes. Now, number one, that is a journey that is not uncommon for Dr. Stevenson, to attract people. I mean, for him to say he was on YouTube, ran across something, and then the next thing you know, an ad came up, a video came up about Leader School. He was like, well, I guess I do the Masterclass. And then he made that jump. He made that investment. And if you heard him in the video, he said he was skeptical at first.
Right.
He said when he was in the Masterclass and Leader School was presented, he said he was skeptical. He didn't know, but he was so happy that he made that investment. Right. So it was amazing. And then we had Christina. I mean, Christina, single mother,
widow.
Grieving.
Yeah. Benefiting from that, it was amazing. Dr. Stevenson, how do you feel tonight after night 3, opening up Leader School for the second time? How do you feel? What are you feeling right now?
First of all, I mean, Leader School is not just a baby and a program and a product that we've developed. I've literally seen thousands of lives changed. It was hard for me to sit through those 3 videos and not break down because I was just as skeptical as everybody else. I'm like, this is, I don't want to be like one of these guys out there just trying to sell stuff, but this is changing lives. And I think that investment is powerful. From Antonio's story, Antonio basically told us he went from prison to purpose, which means that it doesn't matter what your audience or your statistic is. And then Christina let us know you could recover from anything from the murder of a father and the change of a career. And then the last man, I mean, he wore us out with the stories of his being a principal.
Yeah.
And Dr. Darius was basically like, I use Leader School for everything. And so I think the program has proven itself. Here's why I'm salty.
Why are you salty, Dr.?
Shameless plug. I got 3 degrees, 2.5 certifications, type 47, type 45. I spent over 6 figures for most of my degrees. You're getting this for a very, very, very low cost in 90 days because it's efficient, it's effective, and the program has proven itself. The people's stories are there to prove it.
Yeah, I love it. And one thing that I've been seeing, and I'm still seeing it here in the chat. Number one, go to joinleaderschool.com. Joinleaderschool.com to make that investment now. But here is the thing. Here's the thing that I want you guys to understand. I'm in this chat and I'm seeing so many of our former, cohort members talking about how much they enjoyed their time in Leader School. And it's important that you join tonight. It's important that you do it tonight because there's so many benefits to tonight. But one of the benefits is this amazing swag box. We don't want you to belabor, right? We don't want you to wait and try.
Now, y'all know the chancellor is swaggy. All right. I believe in representing and showing off. This is important. This swag box is amazing. Yo, you're going to get this to your doorstep if you do it tonight.
You got to do it tonight. Now, here's why it's so important that you do it tonight. You do it tonight because we want for you all to take advantage of this opportunity right here, right now. We don't want you to sleep on it, and then you wake up in the morning, you're going to convince yourself out of it. You're going to talk yourself out of it. We want for you to make this decision right here, right now, because sometimes we can talk ourselves out of the right thing.
For sure.
And so that's why we're going to send you this as a thank you for investing in yourself. So it's important to do it. Listen, look at this t-shirt. You got the hat. We got the mug. You got a pen, and then you get multiple ebooks that I can tell you from personal experience the world don't have access to.
No.
The world does not have access to. Like, these are books that you will never get.
I pulled them off of market on purpose, and now I've made them exclusively available to my Leader School students. My Leader School alumni can verify that this is absolutely worth your sacrifice. Where else do you go where they pay you to invest in you? We're basically rewarding you for making yourself a priority and for changing your career and your depth and your skill and your knowledge. You owe it to yourself to enroll tonight.
Listen, you must enroll tonight. So go to joinleaderschool.com. Again, that is joinleaderschool.com. Do not wait. Don't hesitate, but make sure that you do that right now. Dr. Stevenson, what would you say to the person who is a bit hesitant right now? Things might be stressful. We are not, we're privy to the fact that we are in a pandemic. Things are rough, things of that nature. What would you say to the person who is a little bit hesitant and doesn't know if this is something that they should do, considering the times?
Absolutely. I think you should prioritize yourself. Hesitancy is very normal, but not prioritizing yourself and what you know is not something you want to make it a habit of doing. That's A. B is this. You need to be ready for the post-pandemic world, the post-pandemic culture, the post-pandemic society. We won't always be on lockdown and on shutdown. And so if you're getting an opportunity to learn for 90 days, you may as well be ready to come out wild and amazing and skill for whatever normal looks like after this. If you don't enroll tonight, you run the risk of being too average, too common, too normal for an abnormal world after this. So spend your time studying and being coached and asking me questions and getting coached and moved into a different lane and a different level for the post-pandemic world. You deserve it.
That is such an amazing, this pandemic ain't lasting forever.
No, we're not going to be in the pandemic forever.
Exactly. Right. And so that is so important for you to invest now. And I saw a couple questions here in the chat, and I want to address those. If you purchase tonight, whether that be purchasing in full or you use the 4 payment method, you will receive the swag box. Okay. So I saw a couple people concerned. They wanted to know you will receive the swag box as long as you purchase tonight. Now, Alexis, we want to shout some people out that actually have made their purchases tonight.
I love that.
Their purchases. We're going to read some names off here.
Wait, but when y'all get the swag box, can y'all like take pictures? I'd like to see
I
it
agree.
personally.
Yes, I agree.
I think we need to see, like, we need to make it a thing. I think so. If you enrolled, you need to model, walk away. I mean, let me see these pictures.
Take a picture of the box on your doorstep.
I love
like,
that.
hey, my box got here. My swag box is here.
It's in the mail. Okay, so we're gonna read some of these names.
Let's go with some of these names.
Congratulations for changing your life to Miss Sydney Goodman,
Woo!
Price, Donovan Griffith.
I love that.
Mayana Carter, Tanya Edwards, Sandra McCoy,
Welcome.
Vaughn Branford. We have Charity Williams. Do you have some more names over there?
I got Robert Lewis. I have Tiffany Henderson, Michelle Wood, Melanie Shepard. I got Dawn Bazemore, Kimbla Ellis, Abigail Bars, Katria Gowdy, Carolyn Randall, Vivian Gale. I mean, this is just amazing. So many of you guys are registering, and so many of you guys are purchasing right here, right now. Now, we got Dr. Stevenson about to read some of these up there. Y'all got to pray for him. His eyes, y'all know
my eyes are bad. But I love my students. I got Tiffany Henderson. Welcome, girl. Michelle Wood, your life is about to change. Melanie Shepard, get ready to be promoted. Aquisha Harris, your family is going to appreciate you. Dawn Bazemore, Kimbla Ellis, LaShanta Parham, Abigail Bars, let's go. Katria Gowdy, Allegra, Melinda Rogers, Carolyn Randall, y'all gonna be alumni of this historic school.
Listen,
I'm so proud.
Congratulations to you guys. There are more coming in, so we are super excited. JoinLeaderschool.com. Remember, JoinLeaderschool.com. Do not forget that.
Go now.
Go right now, because again, there are immense benefits to you joining tonight. You get the swag box, you get the ebooks, you get all of this stuff, and then you get access. Now, listen here. Here's the other thing, Alexis, that blew my mind. Y'all are getting access to actually 2 modules. That's something I need you guys to know. That's very clear. You're getting access to 2 modules. You are not only getting access to leader theory, but you are also getting access to people theory. So you are essentially getting access to 2 collegiate level courses for the price of 1, on top of a swag box, on top of ebooks.
And we didn't do it this way last year.
We did not.
No, we offered 1 class last year, but what happened was, after we developed that class, we developed a totally different class because we realized that leadership is nothing without people. Right. And so we had to develop a scholastic approach and introduction to people, and we did it, and it's thorough, and it's powerful, and it's passionate. You need this for your life now.
Listen, this is very, very, very important. I mean, and then one thing that I think we're underestimating right now, Alexis, are them round tables.
You guys.
You are getting access.
The leader round tables, you just be sitting there on Monday night like, what? So the masterclass level of information, what we heard flow out of Dr. Matthew Stevenson, happens once a month inside of Leader School. So you literally get to sit at his feet, listen to him. He responds back to the chats and comments. And we really want you guys to be immersed in this experience. I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Is just being able to hear and to listen. So not only are you going through those modules on your own time, you're also getting to hear live from Dr. Matthew Stevenson. For sure. And he's guiding you through.
And very often, my favorite part of those roundtables are the Q&As. I like questions. I like being interviewed and asked. And only my Leader School students get that opportunity.
Absolutely. And here's another, I want to ask you this, because like you said, last year we didn't offer this when we did the masterclass. We only had one, we only had 1 class. So give us a little bit as to the importance of why you wanted to do people theory as well.
Yeah, I wanted to add a class to the Leader School, and I'm probably going to continue to add classes as it goes. But I wanted to add this because what I realized is people were starting to conceptualize leadership and not deal with their people issues. And to me, the two are you can't disjoint them. They belong together. I am only as effective as a leader as I am with people. And so it's vitally important that people understand and engage the same way. I've had pastors send me their entire teams. I've had CEOs send me their executive cabinets. Leader School is a proven academic opportunity for anybody wanting to shift and change their world.
I love it.
All right, well, Jamal,
because we got some more names.
We got some more names.
You guys are signing up and you guys are registered. Come on, Alexis.
All right, so we got Mr. Dwayne Parks. Congratulations for changing your life. Nora Royal, congratulations. Addie, congratulations. Diamond Rover, congratulations. We got Takira Boston, congratulations. We got Miss Juanita Thomas, congrats, boo. And we have Talicia Bell Rand, congratulations. Mashika Watson, Alicia Sweat, Naomi Williams. Y'all, the ladies are represented.
Yes,
they are.
Yes, they are.
These women are like, I'm not playing with you.
I'm not playing with y'all. Okay? All right, we're going to learn to level up. Come on, ladies. Naomi Williams, Lyndall Johnson, all right, Arnice Mercer, Kim Adams, Annie Jones, Mariah Dorsey, and Lori Athill. Congrats, y'all.
Congrats, y'all. This is amazing.
Welcome.
This is
I can't wait to develop you, mentor you, provoke you, grill you. I want to personally welcome Lori Athill, Antoinette Bowen, Crystal Robinson, Tangela Shelton, Diane Reed, let's go, Perry Ford, Kathy Washington, hey there, Crystal Brown, Vernon Henderson, stand up for the men.
Let's go, Vernon.
Kristen Friend,
come on, Vernon.
Kevin Smith, Carolyn Reynolds, Tracy Betts, Kenny Brinkley, Zariah Butler, J. Kenneth Hawley Jr., Ribbon Stevens, Isabel Israel, Sparkle Summer, and Marisha Jones. Welcome from the Chancellor. You belong here.
Listen, you guys are signing up, and we love it. I'm so excited, Alexis, seeing these names come through and seeing you guys sign up. Remember, it is joinleaderschool.com, joinleaderschool.com, and there are immense benefits to you signing up tonight. Now, Dr. Stevenson, I want to talk to you about the importance of investing. Right. Why is it so important for us to invest and for this not to just be, something that we just give away? Why is that investment piece important?
For sure. It's really odd. Nobody likes to spend money more than me. I believe in a haircut. I believe in a powerful shoe.
Right.
I believe in great suits.
Right.
I believe, before Corona, I believed in a massage and a manicure and pedicure. We're investing all the time. It's just a matter of us prioritizing what we think needs the immediate investment. There are things that we think that are worth it and valuable in the long run that we don't think is important now. But consider and contrast what you think is important now. Shoes, shirts, food, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A. My God. I mean, a powerful chicken. All of the things that we think is worth it now. But think about what's going to pay you back. The things that you invest in don't always pay you back. Wow. That haircut is going to last maybe 3-4 days if you got a great barber. Your manicure, if you got a full set, a pedicure, it may last a week or two, depending upon if you got a gel set or not. But they don't pay you back. Leader School pays you back. Leader School gives you a return on investment in every area of your life. It's imperative that you realize that your investment in the Leader School tonight is not just going to hit one area. It's going to ricochet all over your world.
Yeah, it absolutely will. We've gotten testimonies of people getting, raises on their jobs,
for sure,
promotions, all that good
One
stuff.
of my Leader School students ran for public office and won.
I was a student last year also.
Yeah,
and
love
now
that.
I'm sitting here because Leader School.
Well, you alumni?
I'm alumni.
I love that.
Yes.
So listen, we are super excited about tonight. So many names are coming through, and we want you guys to continue to do that. Joinleaderschool.com. But do not forget that you still have homework from this masterclass. You still have homework from this masterclass. And so tonight, we want for you guys to make sure that you do your homework. Go to that link and make sure you complete your homework. We're going to read these questions off for you guys so that you can complete that homework and complete it well. We want you to finish strong. No matter what, we want you to finish strong. Okay. So when you go to that page, you're going to see that the homework is entitled Let It Go. All right. Let it go. Now, right there, that already done.
I think this is the hardest homework of the whole thing.
I think so too. I think so too. And so there you'll see it says, if we're being 100% honest with yourself, there are people in your life who need to be let go. Consider the following. Why has the season ended with them? And what are you afraid of when it comes to letting go? The second question is, how will your life improve improve for the better once you let them go. Okay, so those are some very intense questions that you have to ask yourself about moving on and letting go in certain relationships. So your homework tonight is, again, just like every night, is going to do, you have to do some digging, but it's time to let it go.
It's time to let some people go, not it.
Absolutely. Some people,
well, for some people, it may be the it and the people.
Yeah,
because the people came because of the it, and the it attracted the people.
See, it just come out. It just come out of here. It just come out of here. But listen, we want you guys to do your homework.
It's only for leader school students.
We want you guys to do your homework. We want you guys to go to joinleaderschool.com.
Now.
Right now, you have until 11:59 p.m. tonight
to get this,
to register, so that you can get the swag box, you can get the ebooks, all that good stuff. That is our time for tonight. Listen, guys, this masterclass was amazing. You guys were amazing for sticking it through all 3 days. Thank you so much. We will see you on the other side in Leader School. Peace out, guys.